So, alright, so first and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashami, or Shai, Ba'ashami, Kakadash. We say that when our apostles and elders are great, most of the world, our teachers, our apostles, and shoot. And we say salutations, so the Akim, multiplication, truth, and so Dean and the out. You know, continuing season on season, we say Shalom. Now, once again, going to entitle the video here, and let's give an update about what is going on. As you can see here from this is something that was trending, you know, as I did that video yesterday, showing that World War III and World War was trending, and it was trending like top of the top 10 trending topics, and it was trending for hours. Now, going off that, as you know what is happening right now with between Russia, Ukraine, America, NATO, and all these other nations. You understand? And at the end, of the day, you know, the prophecies are speaking. We've seen the prophecies happening and things taking place. Now, some people might be not going to get affected. Actually, the whole world is going to be affected by this. But as we say, I know it's prophecies, and these are things that the Lord mentioned to happen, and that are going to happen to us. You understand? Let me just bring a scripture here. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 2, right? Verse start from verse 9. It say you know what? I'll read from verse 7. It say, and thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are most rebellious. And speaking unto these rebellious people of the house of the house of Israel, you know, they're rebellious. And a son, so rather they hear or forbear. It's the same way be on the streets, we telling them about the wars, the plagues, the pestilences, you know, the famines, the things to come. You know, they don't want to hear that. Some hear, some hearken, some don't. You understand? But at the end of the day, we tell them, as the Lord said, for they are most rebellious, right? It say but thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like the rebellious house, open thy mouth and eat that I gave thee. It say, and when I looked, behold, and a hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. I say, and he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations, mourning, and woe. So written instead of here were lamentations, mourning, and woe. And Christianity, these Catholics, and all these rest of denominations, they teach only what? Only good. They teach only about good things, blessings, money, you know, good tidings, and all this other stuff. But the things that were written inside, Lord said to let us warn you all. Things like World War, things like the diseases, things like famines, you know, like a food, the famine of the word, all this sort of stuff, right? So you see, and he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations, you understand, and mourning and woe, you know, and all these things as well, pain, sorrow, destruction, you know. This is what was written within and without. So as I say, the prophecies are speaking, and when you read majority of the prophecies, is going into what? To destruction, mourning, lamentations, you know, all this sort of stuff. And again, we going into that time. We're seeing this happening. We're seeing this increase. You understand? To the fact where, at any given moment, something could happen, right? So when you read, just going over this article here, it said the U.S. economy has been hit with increased gas prices, inflation, and supply chain issues due to the Ukraine crisis, right? Now, the U.S. economy has been hit with increased gas prices, and basically, me and a brother was speaking about that recently. And I was telling them, I say, gas prices worldwide is being increased. Then inflation on certain on goods, even for us down here, we seeing that increase. But to the common person, they're not going and see it. But there's a heavy increase in gas price, inflation on stuff. and on food, especially food, because again, and I say, and the supply chain issues due to the Ukraine crisis. Again, a supply chain is on a downright on a spiral, on a downward spiral. There's a lack of food. If you're going to the groceries, you will see shelves being empty, and this when these things are happening is because it's leading up to something, right? It's leading up to something, right? So you're seeing gas prices increase. Yeah, you know you need gas. Inflation, they're inflating on things, and at the end of the day, there's what, a lack of work, right? Due to what? Due to the pandemic, people lose work, lose a job, and so forth and so on. And there's an inflation on goods that is leading to that hey, there's going to be what, in times to come, it's going to be what, cannibalism and all this other stuff. People wouldn't be getting things to eat, so you know what, they go turn to another man, turn to another woman. It's critical times that we gain into. Um, let me jump to the next scripture here. I'm gonna go to Second Ezra, right? Scripture that I love to bring out is Second Ezra, right? I'm gonna go straight to the point. I'm gonna go straight to the you know what? Let me start from verse 13. It says Second Ezra chapter 14, verse 13. It said, now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and not renounce corruption. It said, let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature. Right? It said, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. Haste thee to flee from these times, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. So you say, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. And hey, the time that we're coming into, it's great evil. It's great evil. We're talking about death, destruction, wars, famine, lack of food. The scriptures about cannibalism, the things, hey, these animals and them going to turn on people, it's going to be bad. That way it say, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen what shall be done hereafter. That is what the Lord say, all these things is for what? The beginning of sorrows. It's just the beginning. When you talk about the things of increased gas prices, inflation, supply chain issues, supply chain issues, these stuff, that means lack of goods, lack of things to eat, lack of things to drink, lack of things to wear, all this other stuff. Inflation, if you don't have money, then what you gonna buy stuff? You're gonna be inflation to the fact where you're gonna be so expensive, right? So you'd say what? Say, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. Again, and here we say plenty times, this is, as the scripture said, this is just the beginning of sorrows. It's far way worse to come. That way it's said to what? To put off the weak nature, to put away the burden of man. Right? It says, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more. It says, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. For evil shall increase upon them that dwell therein. Hey, you know, we coming into some critical times. You understand? And hey, got this is just things that happening on a rapid base. We're seeing this. I saw this today, as you can see, 16 hours ago, but I saw the article today as it was trending, right? Showing the things that happening, and this is going to affect majority of people, all matter of fact, right? So hey, again, put off that weak nature. We the time that we're coming into is heavy. That we're coming into is heavy, and from here on out, it's only going to get way worse. For this is again, for this is just the beginning of sorrows. It's going is way worse coming. Way worse. That way you say for it says, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. Right? For much more. You know? So again, I hope it of us are like a news update. Seeing what is happening around the world, Scripture say, watch and pray. You know? These is sometimes that the what the Lord warned us about. Right? So with that we give up praises too. Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yoshai, Ba'Shem Kakodash. We see them on our apostles and elders of great Muslim world, our teachers, our apostles in the truth, and we see salutations, so they are coming to pushing on the word of the truth and say it in and out. You know, constantly season on season we say, Shalom.